Hey everybody, aminaheckstall Suma here, the lightworkers lightworker, and I'm welcoming you guys to this special session. You know what? I'm gonna stop saying that. I say that for every session, I think, because I think they are all pretty special. But this one was a long time coming. This is a peek at your Akashic records. Now, it was a long time coming because I wanted to make sure, number one, I truly was ready to, um, offer Akashic record readings. Um, right now, I'm doing this, for the collective, but I am going to begin to branch into doing them more for personal, more for people who want personal Akashic record readings. So, it also was sitting here for a while because if you hear in my throat, I was a little under the weather and source sat me down on my ass. And I'm still supposed to be not really doing much, but this reading has been sitting here for so long just waiting that my curiosity my curiosity is like, let's do it. I want to find out and then we can rest. Please forgive me, guides. But maybe you're like the ones that are dragging me here right now anyway. Like, let's just get this. Let's do this. So, I'm doing this reading so that light workers that seek more understanding about their spirit's journey can receive the needed information that will ultimately assist them with getting into alignment with their current purpose. Everything that I do, you guys, is so that you guys can manifest and align with your visions, your goals, your dreams, so that you can um, be a light the light you're meant to be in this world, in this lifetime. Clearing karma, doing the healing work necessary so that you guys can be fully in alignment with your truth. Yeah, overall. So anyway, we have 4 piles here. Now, you can ignore or you can choose off of these little animals or insects here, but I only put them in because at the last minute I said, you know what? We're leaving summer. So, my sunflowers that would be all hanging over here are missing. I only have one left. Got a little yellow daisy here, but my table's going to be going through its seasonal cleansing, and soon I'm going to have some new energy here. But I figured these insects remind me of the summertime and sometime and the spring, really. And I said, well, I'll throw them in. So really, you're supposed to be choosing from the top card, but if you feel drawn to a specific insect, you can use that as well. I'm going to flip over the top cards now, and then we'll ground ourselves to connect to the energies and see which one we're being called to. So, pile 1, you have openness. Pile 2, you have solitude. Pile 3, you have purity. And pile 4, you have thriving. So you can choose between the blue butterfly pile, the ladybug pile, the pink butterfly pile, or brown, pink and brown, and the bumblebee pile. Let's take 4 deep grounding breaths, connecting to the energy of our guides in hopes that we will be pointed towards the pile that is holding our Akashic record information that we need at this time. Take a deep breath in exhale. Take another deep breath in. Exhale. Relaxing from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. Take another deep breath in. Filling up with light and love right in that heart center, and for me in that throat center. And exhale. And inhale one more time. Connecting now to the earth. And exhale, letting go of any worries, any stress, any guilt, any shame, any sorrow, any anger, any resentments. Let it all go. And take a look at the pals again. And whichever one is calling to you, that is the one that holds your Akashic Records information. And as I said before, sorry I forgot to sage. As I said before, feel free to select based off of the card, the numbers 1, 2, 3, or off of the insects at the top. Blue butterfly, ladybug, pink and brown butterfly, and I'm going to call this one spring butterfly. Spring butterfly and the bumblebee pal. And I will be right back with pal number 1. Hey pal 1, welcome to your session. You were drawn to the blue butterfly. Wow, you've been through some stuff, huh? I feel like it's been a journey for you. This lifetime, past lifetimes, just in trying to change. I feel like every incarnation for you, my pal ones, has been meant for you to do some kind of healing. And it just gives me the energy that you've done little. And in this lifetime, you're meant to complete this transformation, this healing that's meant to bring on a transformation. Yeah, so if you've been wondering like why you've been having issues when it comes to feels like anything dealing with emotions, it has a lot to do with healing that is incomplete and that's necessary in this life in order for you to fully transform into who or whatever you're meant to be or whatever you're meant to do in this world. I feel like you're meant to bring some kind of changes, help others with who need to go through certain transformations. But I do feel like there have been lifetimes where you fell short of this because of all the stuff you're going through or you've been through. It's hard for you to channel into other people, and now you're being called to step into your calling. So again, and more powerfully this time, especially being drawn to openness. You know, this is actually going to be read last. It's your main card for your advice. But yeah, that's just what I'm getting so far. So let's get into this. What are natural abilities your spirit came here to remember? And for that, I'm using an oracle card as well as the runes. What are natural abilities that Pal 1's spirit came here to remember? Alrighty. And your card. Is my table dusty today? You have the aspirant. Ambition, diligence, setbacks. So it does give me the energy that your spirit did come here to remember how to be diligent, how to go after the things that you want, regardless of obstacles, how to overcome anything that could cause a setback or cause you to be, what's the word? To feel as if you can't get to a goal. In this lifetime, they're giving you the keys to whatever it is that you want. Your objective in this lifetime, my pile ones, is to be diligent, is to do the healing work or whatever work is necessary so that you can come through, get through setbacks. But in the past, your spirit might have fallen short of that, have have allowed, you know, uh disconnection from society, feeling like an outcast, things like that, to cause obstacles and challenges to get in the way, to deter you from your actual blessings, your goals, your happiness. So in this lifetime, you have a natural ability coming through to get through obstacles, to stay ambitious and focused and determined on your goals in spite of what could try to get in the way. You have the rune of harvest time, Yera. You can see them. Okay, Yera is harvest season, richness, ripeness, fertility. This is like the world card. So you do have an ability to be able to be abundant, to create abundance, to to flow, to flow abundantly. Um, but it's about cycle completion as well, with the world, this being the world. So you have the ability to close out chapters, to end cycles, to um, get things out of the way that are in the way of your abundance so that new abundance can come in. Okay? This is a skill, an ability that is natural for you. Like, you don't really have to think about, oh, I want to be abundant, or I need a new cycle to come in. You're just naturally able to know when it's time to close out a cycle and do so. You also have Ingus. Ingus is the room for sexuality and being aware of your body and fertility as well. So I do feel in this lifetime, one of the other natural abilities your spirit came here to remember again is family, and growing as a family and creating a family, or being a good father. Even if you're a feminine, just that energy of the protector and the provider. You have this naturally within you. You also may find you're um, very connected to your ancestry and your roots in this lifetime, because your spirit wanted to remember that that connection was also a form of support in other lifetimes for you. And so you are naturally going to find that you're a family person. You're somebody that is going to be very much involved with family, even if it's friends that you see as family. But yeah, I'm just really getting strong connections and ties, bonds when it comes to creating family. You also have the rune Otala, which represents home. So there is a lot in this lifetime that your spirit is very, very, very connected to home and ancestry and family. And there's something with inheriting gifts from family that is that your spirit came here to remember, these natural abilities that you gained from family members, either in other lifetimes as well as in this one that you were meant to gain. So I do see like your home life, your family life being very important in this lifetime, and your spirit came here to remember that feeling of family, of harvest, of abundance, of feeling grounded and held. And yeah, it's just something with ancestral connections as well. You might find that you have a natural ability to connect to your ancestral guides. Okay. And you also have the rune Ansus, which is the breath. Hope you can see it. And you are you're here to speak. You have something that is important for you to say. Your spirit came here also to remember how to express itself clearly, to communicate through speaking, writing, just being inspirational. Um, I do feel that you will have a natural ability when it comes to speaking, to helping and guiding, like counseling others, um, and inspiring others. And also, I'm just hearing with legal matters. If you're interested in law and things like that, or feel like you naturally just have a knack for it, that's why. Okay? Cool. So, what's the foundation of your life's journey you selected before this incarnation? Did that question make sense? What is the foundation of your life's journey that you selected before this incarnation? Okay, so what did you what were you supposed to be focusing on in this lifetime before you were born? Okay, what did you agree to? Let's see. So power one, you have four of wands. A lot with home and feeling grounded and secure and loved. Temperance reverse. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So the foundation of this life's journey, it seems like that you agreed to before being incarnated this time, has a lot with you finding your way through bad karma and um, possible imbalances in your world. That could be addictions, that could be just an imbalance in putting more into something that you're receiving back, um, more disharmony in your life than you experience peace and harmony. But with the Four of Wands here, it lets me know that the whole foundation is for you to heal to the point where you are able to create the foundation, the life, the happy family, grounded, connected. It's something about you with feeling that support and love of a family. So I don't know if in this lifetime you are someone who comes from a broken home. Maybe you had a single parent raising you. Maybe they were together and then you had to go through divorce. Maybe you are. It's just letting me know that in this lifetime, because your foundation is to be able to eventually get to the point of having a steady, prosperous, stable home life and foundation, even marriage possibly, that the things you're going to go through are going to be challenging that. And because we're light workers, so our spirits are going to be challenged to make sure you are able to hold the light even in the dark. And it looks like your challenges are going to be bad karma, so, or things from past lifetimes. Now this could be other lifetimes, or it could be you creating bad karma in this lifetime, maybe cheating on a partner, dealing with someone who has another mate already, breaking up marriages, things like that. That could be it, or it could be just other stuff, but it gives an energy that there was some kind of imbalance. Maybe you'll end up dealing with people who are narcissistic or have drug addictions or food addictions or game addictions, gambling or whatever, or people who aren't able to balance peace and harmony. They disrupted a lot. Maybe coming from homes where there was a lot of arguments, or getting into relationships like that are karmic, that you don't realize you're going through because you didn't complete healing in other lifetimes. So these things are coming back again for you to deal with now. And you knew this. You selected this because your spirit said you need to complete this healing, and you're ready for whatever it takes. So what karmic cycle will need completion in this lifetime? Because you already have that. You come here with some karmic issues. So you have the Fool, the Page of Cups reversed, the Three of Wands reversed, the Three of Swords reversed, and the Page of Swords reversed. So what karmic cycle will need completion? All right. It does look like issues with matters of the heart. I see the Fool here. There's something with you trusting and just taking leaps of faith towards things. But at the same time, they're warning you not to be naive, where you're just leaping. Ooh, sorry about that. I hit my mic. Where you're just leaping towards things without getting the full story. Like this pile gives me with that ambition and diligence that perhaps sometimes it could be over the top, where it's like, okay, now you're just rushing headfirst into things and you need to take a minute and think. And I think that might be a cycle of where you maybe didn't always trust the guidance, and then sometimes we just take leaps, because usually the Fool card makes me feel like someone who is trusting or needs to just trust. But this one, I'm being very, very drawn to the dog, and the dog is like trying to warn him, like, hey, you're about to go over the edge, but he's like not listening. So I do feel like you need one of the things you need to complete in this lifetime is listening and following the direction of source and your guides. Maybe you have been disconnected in the past lifetimes and just trying to fly on your own, and look where that got you, all beat up by life. We got the Page of Cups reversed, Three of Wands reversed, Three of Swords reversed, and the Page of Swords reversed. So you may be dealing with a karmic cycle of dealing with people who gaslight you in a way, like make you feel like they love you or they're gonna offer you love, and you just go leaping towards them only to find they're not what they said they were, or they said all of this stuff but they didn't really have meaning behind it or understand what they were doing or saying. And then it could have you in a state where you feel like you're never going to get your ship. Your ship is never going to come in. Your love, that family, that partner for life is never going to show up. This is the healing that you never have completed. So you might fall into this energy in this lifetime where you just feel like you can't find the one. And then with the Page of Swords reverse here, not trusting anybody, feeling like the things people say to you are lies, and that could also turn you into a liar and a player and someone who just doesn't care, leaping towards anything because you start to feel like you're never going to get what you want anyway, or whatever. You need to complete this healing of, it could be from another lifetime or this one, where somebody who professed love to you that you put full trust into, and ignored your intuition and stuff. Yeah, there's a healing that needs to be completed. Either words that were never said that need to be said. If you never experienced this type of energy in this lifetime, then it could just be a disappointment from a parent or a family member of some kind who, their words never matched their actions, you know? All right, my pal ones. So, why did your spirit choose to answer the call to come to Earth now? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm taking off my sweater because now it's getting hot. Okay. Here we go again. We're in my notebook, and I'm saying again because this has happened in a recent recording I did, where in my book it says 3, and I got 4. So pile 1, so it's been 3 cards, but there's 4 here. So why did your spirit choose to answer the call to come to Earth now? The Ark of the Covenant. I knew I was going to see this card in this reading. I knew it, because I know that many of us here were involved in spreading spirituality in some way or religion in one of our lifetimes. Will, wisdom, and mind. I wonder if I could fit all of them here. Archangel Gabriel, he was reversed. The Muse, reversed. We're going to use every bit of space. Okay. So why did your spirit choose to answer the call to come to Earth at this time? I almost feel like you were pushed. Archangel Gabriel usually comes through with the trumpets for like spiritual awakenings. Like, hello, it's time for you to move. It's time for you to take action. I feel like this angel has been with you for many lifetimes. And let me look in the book real quick. Yeah, it opened right to him because I've never looked at him in reverse. Um, and when he's reversed, because I told you he's like the communicator, the trumpet carrier, the in this reading, because he is reversed, there's something with communication being blocked. You not speaking out for yourself. You not filling your own, like you filling your mind with negative thoughts and words. And this is something you've needed to change for a long time. So Gabriel's here to give you the courage to be able to speak. Okay. And it's saying this angel's been a friend to your soul throughout the history of the Akashic records. This, I felt that this angel has worked with you for a long time, but was adamant in pushing you at this time because it does feel like there are things that you need to say that would contribute to your healing. And perhaps that's been the issue. You have not been saying things in your incarnations to heal certain things. And he's here now telling you it's time to speak up, not shut up. Okay. So I think you chose to come back at this time because you are recognizing that you have this archangel rocking with you for a while. And I believe that Gabriel might have gave you that push. Like, it's time for you to get on out there and do what you need to do. Because you know, I feel like this power, you've been incarnated many times at this point. And each time, it's almost like it's like Gabriel showing me like you get this awakening, but you don't put it to use. Maybe even you're put in a family or you're put in a community or your friends that all are like meant to trigger this healing. And then each lifetime, for whatever reason, you don't complete the process. So Archangel Gabriel's like, not anymore. Okay. You also came at this time because you knew that others that you have journeyed with in past lifetimes would be coming back. And these have been people who have like kept you focused on the right things or tried to get you to face your lessons that were needed for you to grow or to help you work toward greater discoveries and bring your unique contributions to the world. Um, and they also help you to see that you're not ruled by your karma. You rule karma by your actions. Okay. Um, You also chose to come back at this time. Let's look at will, wisdom, and mind. I always go to the book for this one, for these cards, in case you're wondering, like, why is she in the book? Because I find that sometimes the story behind them is very interesting. Anyway, this is a Celtic symbol, a Celtic, depending on how you pronounce it. Um, and they're an alchemical symbol for fire and water. That's why you have fire here, water there. And there's the symbol of the coat of arms from the Isle of Man, the ancient three-legged symbol. And at the top is a gold crown of power and authority above that Trinity knot. And this card brings with it a time of enormous power, balance, and expression. So I think at this time you also realize this time period would allow you to express yourself in the way that you needed to in order to complete your healing. Maybe in other lifetimes, some of the things you may have needed were looked down upon and judged and things like that. But you realize in this lifetime, you could actually um, raise your focus to a higher power and purpose and be able to make a bigger contribution to the world without so much opposition like you dealt with in the past. And this is also like connecting, letting you know that in this lifetime you're connected to the ascended masters and obviously and the archangels. And I do feel like they may have pushed you at this time. Like it's time for you to level up. I get ascended master energy from you. Maybe you're connected to Christianity, like Jesus Christ, Mother Mary, um, Buddha. Yeah. But whatever the case is, that's why you chose to come back at this time. Um, you also knew that at this time, creative projects that you want to get out would be more received. I feel like maybe in past lifetimes, or maybe, even in your youth, you might have felt like you were stifled or you couldn't say the things you wanted to say and do the things you wanted to do. Maybe there's a lot of judgment around you. Maybe you were in a religion or a religious cult or a circle that made you feel like you could not say or do everything you wanted to do. Um, so now it's like the energy feels better for you to do the work that you feel called to. And I really feel like this group may have a lot of writing to do. Like, I feel like you're writers or speakers of some kind. They're even mentioning it here, like poetry, even. Um, like, in this lifetime, you knew that. Uh, Sorry, my stomach growled. That's nuts. And I ate. I'm getting tired of it doing this every time I sit for a read. But anyway, you answered this call because it triggered your creativity, and in this lifetime, you felt you would be able to have the support to express yourself creatively, um, and that the events that would be taking place in your lifetime would trigger these creative actions. So, yeah, that's why I chose to come back. So, lastly, what part of your purpose are you aligning with now? And that is this card, openness. as well as this card. And this one says self-worth. You are aligning with self-worth. And it says gossip. And the direction is south and the color is red. Trust your abilities and self-worth. To hear and understand words is very simple, but speaking words is a great responsibility. What did I just say about you speaking in, oh my God, oh, this is so deep. Okay. But speaking words is a great responsibility because words have power in every syllable. You can hurt and even destroy people with the sound and meaning of words. They are symbols of the sacred ability to create illusion and darkness beyond compare. The parrot repeats your words back to you. Are you listening? Gossip is like the pond that produced the reflection of Narcissus and made him fall in love with himself. Is that why we gossip? Because our reflection is not good enough to be loved? Everything in the universe is a teacher for all who are open to observe and learn. Yet, far too many expound on trivial observation without seeing or comprehending the big picture. Though everything is a product of its environment, we humans are blessed with free will, a mind to digest, learn, and act independently, further empowering ourselves and increasing our enlightenment. We are not here to merely parrot, mimic others. Trust your abilities and self worth and stay true to your own sacred path. Boom. And with that, you also have the card openness. So I hope that made sense. I'm not adding to these cards. I'm just gonna tell you at the back of what the message is for you. And you're aligning with signs and synchronicities at this time. Being open to connecting to your guides. All right. When you receive this card, be still, do nothing. Just be open and breathe. Relax completely and thoroughly. Incubate your dreams for the future. If you're trying to make a decision, take the time to watch for signs and listen to the whispers of the universe. Watch your dreams for messages regarding any situation that could be bothering you right now. Observe life as it unfolds rather than becoming engaged in it. Be open to what the universe has in store for you. You know, be receptive to messages from your soul. This card is a bringer of sacred wonders into your life. Miracles could show up in ways you didn't expect. So at this time, you are meant to be open to messages, synchronicities, um, open connection. Open up the connection between you and your spirit guide team. That is your purpose at this time because it will also help you step into your worth and ignore what others may say and pay attention to what you say and make sure that it holds water and it has meaning because that seems to be very important in this lifetime is what you say as well. And that's what I got for you, my pal ones. That was a deep first read. I hope this resonated. If it did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please remember to subscribe. I'm always welcoming new light workers into this family of light. Read the description. It always tells you about what I have going on and how we can also vibe and connect on other levels. And on that note, I'm sending you so much light and love on your journey. Think about booking a personal Akashic Records reading. The information to do that will also be in the description. Peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. And I'll be back with Pile 2. Bye. Hey, Pile 2. Welcome to your session. You were drawn to the ladybug and the card Solitude. This card is actually read last. Move him there. And we have the ladybug here. So with the ladybug coming through in an Akashic record read, I feel like in this lifetime you're here to kind of balance out divine feminine and the divine masculine. I feel like your prior lifetimes, you may have spent a lot of time trying to understand men or women. It's like one or the other. Not understanding the masculine or not understanding the feminine. And in this lifetime, you may be uh, learning to balance those two entities within yourself. Maybe being able to embrace the divine masculine within you, um, but having experiences with masculines that could kind of make you not be able to stand that energy, or having negative energy experiences with feminines where balancing that divine feminine energy within yourself, you start to have issues with because a part of you has resentment towards a feminine energies. So this lifetime, I do see you balancing, learning to balance the two. I'm also hearing luck, that in prior lifetimes you've been very lucky, and I feel like if you looked in your Akashic records, you would see like a lot of situations where you could have been like not here anymore, returned to spirit, but something would happen that kind of uh, saved you. Mm, interesting. You might want to get a personal Akashic record reading. So, what are natural abilities your spirit came here to remember, Pal 2? And I have to get the runes for that as well. What are natural abilities that Pal 2 spirit came here to remember? Okay. Oh, I was about to say, y'all got the blank rune. So you have Pertho. It's a sacred play. Very serious, huh? In this lifetime. And maybe you're okay, let me just take them all before I start trying to tell y'all what it is. Alright, this is Burkina for birthing. This is Naudis for constraint. And this one. Shit. Why can't I remember this one? God, stop it. Oh, because I did it wrong. Sorry. This was not. This is Pertho. You must have been meant to get it. Sacred play. This is actually, I was holding it the wrong way. This one is, shit. Urox for challenge. Wow. And the miser. Stubbornness, inflexibility. Okay, so let's see the natural abilities your spirit came here to remember. Well, because I keep getting drawn into that card. But let's start with your runes. First off, your spirit came here to remember how to reproduce, how to renew something. You know, new beginnings are natural for you. You are somebody who's able to start fresh, start over again, drive out old energies, and reproduce something better, something new. You also have a natural ability to make things that are very serious fun. And I feel like maybe in this lifetime you're being very, very serious and you're forgetting to play, to have ritualistic like celebrations to laugh, to pursue cultural, um, just go on cultural pursuits. Period. I said it backwards, but you have this natural ability, um, to do that, and your spirit came here to remember that. It just feels like there's a lot of seriousness and focus and analyzing and trying to make sense of stuff, and spirit is like, you need to remember how to have fun, how to make serious things fun, how to make time just for fun for no reason. And that's a gift you have. Maybe you have the ability to work in environments that are very serious and focused and shift the energy so that everyone can thrive without feeling um, constrained, which is interesting. You have the room nowadays, which means need, but also translates to mean constraint. It warns of like hardships and feeling like you're suffering, but you can't do anything about it. It speaks of karmic challenges, facing issues you've been ignoring, and being able to shift your perception of things. And you have this gift of being able to, um, when you get into situations where you feel like you're stuck, feel like you can't move, um, you have this ability to shift your perspective and see things in another way. And by doing that, hardships can turn into lucky, fortunate situations for you instead. These are gifts, though, that you've forgotten in this lifetime, and that your guides are trying to assist you with remembering again, you know, knowing that you have the ability to do these things in your own life. Um, you also have challenge with Urox coming through, a rite of initiation, adversity, facing enemies, being pushed to your limits to the point where you become fearful of challenges. Um, but it lets me know that you've been tested a lot in other lifetimes and in this one for growth, for reasons for you to grow. So you have a natural ability, um, to be able to go through these rites of passages and these challenges, and to come out more awakened, more spiritually grown. And your spirit is here to remember this because it's been feeling beat down in lifetimes. And the issue is being inflexible and stubborn. Really, in some way, this is a good thing in this lifetime, but it might not have served you in other lifetimes where you needed to be a little bit more adaptable, be able to change with certain things. I feel like in other lifetimes you got lost when things started to shift or change. Maybe I feel like you always came into the world at times where the times were shifting. So maybe you would come in, say, for example, you came in during the hippie era, right at the end of it. So you couldn't understand the shift in the energy from love and peace and harmony to war and guns and fighting. And not able to be flexible, to shift into a different energy, stubbornly holding on to certain ideals that have been outgrown, have kind of been to your detriment in other lifetimes. But in this one, you need that ability because it seems like in this one, you might be somebody who, if you're around people, you're a people pleaser sometimes, but you know now it's time for you to be stubborn, to be inflexible to an extent, not to give all that you have to people and then be depleted. This is a time where this special gift is now going to be useful. This natural ability to be like, I'm not going to bend. This is what it is. Because in this lifetime, that's what you need. So, my pal twos, what's the foundation of your life's journey that you selected before this incarnation? Four of Swords reversed. Eight of Coins, and the Emperor. So you came here in this lifetime to boss up something with your career. You may be in the line of, or meant to be in, a line of work that deals with healing others in some way. Okay, that's for some of you. But this life's journey is meant for you to know when to break off from work and take time to rest and heal yourself, so that you don't get to the point, because it does look like you're someone in this lifetime that could deal with burnout, burning yourself out. And you came here, your foundation of this journey is for you to know how to balance work and look, and you have to play, work and play, knowing how to work and rest. I'm also hearing getting the confidence to step into a position where you're a leader. Yeah, being able to lead when it comes to work, working for yourself, because this would allow you the time to say, okay, I'm gonna break off, I'm gonna take some time for me, and avoid getting into a miserly energy, you know? But this is the foundation, really, straight up. Knowing how to balance work and play, knowing that you're worthy with whatever your craft is that you are focused on, or job, or whatever it is you feel like you're good at. You're good enough that you can lead. I'm also seeing with the Emperor here, many of you are here to the foundation of your journey may be learning how to work under masculine energies, or dealing with father figures. What the hell? About to. Out of nowhere just now, I got an angel for quarter angel frequency. My ear felt like the air, like I was in a room where the air was sucking it out, like, and then it started ringing and faded out just now. Now I'm normal again. That was weird. Okay. So maybe that was like confirmation for some of you. Okay. All right. So let me see what karmic cycle will need completion in this lifetime. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to try to put a banana muffin in my mouth at the same time so my stomach doesn't growl. The moon reversed. Five of Swords reversed. Seven of Wands. Ace of Wands. And the Emperor reversed. How do you get the Emperor twice in two different decks? These Akashic record readings are freaking me out. Okay. So, what karmic cycle will need completion in this lifetime? A cycle of suppressing your feelings and your emotions, ignoring your intuition, and constantly worrying about the past repeating itself. With the Five of Swords reversed and the Seven of Wands, it speaks of you constantly trying to fight off this feeling that something bad is going to happen. Like always feeling like, all right, when it's good, I don't know how long that's going to last. And that mindset, because with the moon reverse, it lets me know that you can tend to ignore your intuition and deal more with logic, which you believe to be logic. That mindset can um, can cause you to constantly repeat a cycle, because you're constantly still in that past energy of feeling like you got to be on the defense. Look, Seven of Wands, feeling like you have to defend yourself constantly. But it's like you should stand your ground for the things you believe in, for the opportunities that you want to come in for you. But standing your ground and being in defense when there's no reason, there's nothing coming at you, but you feel like you have to be in this energy because you never know. That's what keeps that happening. You know what I'm saying? There's a major opportunity that you missed in other lifetimes that I feel is connected to your career, and your guides don't want you to miss it this time. Worrying about past disappointments, competition, and ignoring your intuition when it's telling you you should do something is what makes you inflexible in a way. And you need to learn to go with the flow because some things are coming in or want to come in or have been trying for a very long time, but you're kind of guarded, kind of stubborn. And yeah, you need some of that in this lifetime, but you don't want it to the point of your detriment either. And there's an opportunity for you to get into a leadership position, but there's something karmic dealing with father figures, ex-husband, a baby daddy, your own father, grandfather, or a boss. Just a negative experience with the divine masculine. I keep feeling for this pal, not seeing it in its full divinity. Even in your own father, I'm hearing for this pal, you might have seen like, I don't know. There's healing that needs to be done around that because opportunities that want to come in for you are going to be blocked as long as you have an issue with a masculine as an authority figure or with you being in a position of authority. Mm. So, why did your spirit choose to answer the call to come to Earth now? Okay, I gave everybody 4 cards because in my notebook I wrote 3. Putting more work on myself. Anyway, I guess Spirit said, you doing the work? Then you go and give the information we need them to get. So why did your spirit choose to answer the call to come to Earth now? We have balance with the 7 of forces, which is like the 7 of swords, I believe. The Akashic library literally came out in reverse. So this pal here, I would highly recommend you book a personal Akashic record reading because there may be something specific to you that you need to know now that can help you with your life moving forward. You have the 6 of forces reverse with the waterfall. And the 6 of roses, the war of the roses. All right, let me get you the book. I used the book for these cards. All right, so why off jump though? Why did your spirit choose to answer the call to come to Earth now? I feel like because your spirit knew that it would be needed, that there would be resources at this time here for you to be able to do what you needed to do that you couldn't do in past lifetimes. But I do feel like you felt like you would be better received or at least needed at this time. Now, let me see why. Look a little more deeper into this for you. There's forces. I'm looking in the wrong section. All right, so this card reveals a time of harmony, balance, and justice in your life. And I do feel like perhaps you felt like in this lifetime you would be able to get justice, that would be more available to you. I did see the scales first, and it made me think of legal matters and justice. But it's a time of balance. Everything is coming into balance at this time in the world. I'm not even reading the book, I'm just channeling now. And it just feels like your spirit said, this is, I'm needed to help achieve this balance. And some of you may get involved in law. Is this the power that got something with legal issues, or was that power one? Hmm. Thought it was this power. Maybe not. Anyway, if it is, you could write it in the comments. Like, you forgot you did say legal. But anyway, there's something with the law you may play a big part in. Some of you here may get involved in the law. Some of you felt like it was a good time for people that are advocates for the underdog. I feel like this pal here fights for the underdogs, and that's a part of your calling in this lifetime, to be there for people who feel like they don't have anyone. And I think that you do that through friendship too, without even realizing that you are there usually for people who have no one else, or at times in their life where they feel like they have no one else. Very big on justice in this lifetime. And yeah, you might deal with divorce in this lifetime, issues with work contracts and stuff. That's for some of you. Custody issues. Um, but you decided to come back at this time because you knew that the justice system would either need you or would be more fair to you than it has been in prior lifetimes. Now, with the Akashic Library coming up reversed, it it may feel like you have felt disconnected from this information, from your past lifetimes, from your soul calling and your true destiny and your spirit before it came into this lifetime. Could be feeling really confused and discombobulated right now, and unable to connect to your psychic guidance and your inner sage. um but I do feel like you chose this time period because you knew you could get the that there will be the teachers and the mentors and the friends available to reconnect you to your Akashic records, because at this time it's necessary for you to connect to them. They will bring you clarity as to why your certain cycles are repeating and how to complete them. Okay. Okay, and let me see the waterfall. Y'all, I'm taking my time today. Usually I'm trying to rush through, like, let me get through these readings as quick as I can. I'm like, I'm gonna let spirit take its time. Okay. So the waterfall reversed indicates a situation when you're feeling a significant loss of power, which shows why you may have issues with people in positions of power that wield it wrong, or you may be afraid of being in a position of power for fear of being a miser, or reminding yourself of these energies. Um, but your spirit chose to come back at this time because um, you you have to learn about taking back your power and not giving it to others, and then resenting them. That could be your lovers, bosses, a family member, or friend. Um, in this lifetime, you or you came back because you wanted to learn to follow your own intuition again, and not feel like you've been just following other people's agendas, husband's agenda, a wife's agenda, a parent's agenda, a boss's agenda. In this lifetime, you wanted to be able to pour into you. Um, and so in this lifetime, you came back because meditation was something that is being introduced and becoming more popular. And I hope y'all could hear me all that time. My mic was just flashing like it was off. Oh my god. Anyway, you realize in this lifetime you would have more resources that would keep you from giving up on completing your mission in this lifetime, where you could fall into depression, under feel like you're under someone else's dictation. Now, in this lifetime, meditation is available to you, and other spiritual tools that you might have been judged for in your past life. Now, your spirit realized in this lifetime they will be there for you to use without the judgment. Okay. Your soul also yearns to learn how to rise up and take back your power. There's something with this lifetime that you know you can be a leader. Your spirit knew that this in this lifetime you would have the resources to be very powerful. And in the past you might have just kind of not been. So they're saying to meditate a lot at this time and take time to rest and tap into love and power and value your spirit. Once you understand your true value, you will know that you deserve to carve out your own destiny, and you'll take the steps to do so. Now, with War of the Roses, a card that comes up often in whenever I use this deck, War of the Roses usually shows up. Um, it's like about being at war with within a relationship, or a battle within your heart about a relationship. And most often it's a romantic relationship, but it could also refer to a coworker, a partner, a boss, or family member. In this case, I feel like it could be a relationship or a boss, or a father figure. Um, but it's something about power plays that you came back in this lifetime to learn, that where there is a lack of reciprocity or communication is where you're going to have the war and feel unheard, or you know restricted. So yeah, you may be dealing with karmic situations. um Yeah. Or you might be back here dealing with a lot of your relationships may be karmic from past lifetimes, or attracted to you based off of past issues you've had in other lifetimes, and now these relationships come up to force you to learn to take back your power, to reconnect to your intuition, and to find balance in your relationships, not just these one-sided, lopsided give, but get nothing back relationships. So it's like you came back in this lifetime because your spirit is ready to complete karmic issues and not be at war anymore, not be in relationships where there are battles with who's in power, and just find love and peace and harmony. So, what part of your purpose are you aligning with now? All right, I just took my mic off. It looks like it died, and I really hope that everything else was heard. But how to? What part of your purpose are you aligning with now? You have solitude and this card. How come you have a boat here and a boat there? I feel like a big part of your healing will be to go on a retreat or to travel somewhere far from where you live. And it might be traveling alone that is going to really bring you in alignment with your purpose. Going somewhere, and it has to be somewhere overseas with the boats. Somewhere overseas is going to align you with the purpose you're here for now, or open your mind to it. Like, oh my God, I know now. Something like that could even bring you to a relationship or bring you closer to a relationship. It would also connect you to your angelic guides and ancestors, it feels. All right. You have legacy, the Mallory Commission. Your direction is east and the color yellow. So you might want to wear some yellow when you feel like you're distant from your purpose. So it says, lover to lover and parents to child, we unite and live on throughout the ages, generation upon generation. What will your story be? Remember that you are part of an expansive human family. Past, present, future, and all are traveling together on this boat named Earth. Though our journeys may be experienced differently, our destination, our home, is shared. Each journey is intertwined. You are at the beginning of a new cycle within your own story. Your parents have their own separate stories, and all three stories were agreed upon, predetermined, but still separate. You have responsibility, an expected path, but expectations can be broken. Your inner child has a chance to reframe inherited pain. Negative genetics wither away in the joy of knowing with higher awareness and in new positive cycles. And I hope that made sense for you. I was telling myself that I wasn't going to try to break down you guys' message about the part of your purpose you're aligning with now. I was just going to read the cards, but I'm also going to, I just feel like you're aligning with legacy, creating a legacy of some kind, something that your parents wanted to do but weren't able to or didn't complete. Um, it's like you have ancestors watching you, pushing you at this time to get into alignment with your the legacy you're meant to leave behind. Get in alignment with your purpose. Eight of coins, your gifts, your talents, your what you're meant to offer the earth. And with solitude here, it does feel like you may feel alone at times, like you don't have support in what you're trying to do here. But what I'm getting is solitude is a major part of your healing process at this time. Um, and in aligning with solitude, it speaks of knowing when to pull your energy back, knowing when to go away from the familiar to the unfamiliar in order to find yourself and rediscover yourself again. And if you feel like you don't have those opportunities, you got Ladybug here coming through, like luck is on your side. Whatever you want to do, you can do. I'm also getting some of you, um, you may be working for people or you're meant to work on your own. I'm hearing that at this time you're meant to be working for yourself and pursuing your goals and dreams. Yeah. That's what I got for you, my pal twos. I hope this resonated. If it did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please remember to subscribe. I'm always welcoming in new light workers into the tribe. Where's my camera? I didn't realize I was angled like that. Anyway, um, read the description. It'll tell you all the other ways we could connect and vibe. Also, how you could book a personal Akashic Records reading. And on that note, I'm sending you so much light and love on your journey, peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. I'll be back with Pile 3. But until next time, see ya. Hey, Pal 3, welcome to your session. I hope you can hear me good because my stupid mic decided to die out. I could have sworn I charged it, but maybe I didn't. Anyway, you were drawn to Spring Butterfly and Purity. Purity is read last, so it will stay here as your main card. And with the Spring Butterfly also being a part of your session, I feel like you do have this ability to rebrand, rebirth yourself, to renew yourself, renew your energy. And maybe you need a reminder now. Maybe it's time for you to renew, to refresh, to rebrand, it's like all the words with re in it, that are positive. Reproduce, recharge, revive, reboot. It's like some kind of shift you need, um, like a restart, a do-over. And I don't know, my Power Threes. You might have been a wild child in past lifetimes, like a little out there and just fluttering all over the place and into everything and doing whatever. I don't know if that's you now, but this is busybody energy, and not like worker, like the bee. This is like busybody, socialite type of energy. Um, I feel like in this lifetime, you're here to become more grounded. Um, to focus more on your energy, reviving it, re-energizing, like revamping it. So yeah, let's see. So what are your natural abilities your spirit came here to remember? I'm gonna go to the runes. Okay, we have Raido, which means rhythm or writing. You have Manaz, which means humanity or man. You came back here to remember a lot of your creative gifts. Um, mm. This is Isa for ice or danger. Oops. I gotta get runes that are better than this because I can't really read the carvings. Sometimes I'm like, am I holding it the right way? I think I'm not. Okay, I know what this is. This is Hagalaz. Hold up. Okay, I was way off. I had to look through my runes, like which one is missing, and it's Solo. And I'm glad I looked because it's a positive one. The source, this represents the sun. And the muse, interesting because the muse came up in Pal 2, but not in this oracle deck, a different oracle deck, or tarot deck. And it says generosity and naivety. So if you felt drawn to Pal 2, you might want to check it out. If not, don't worry about it. So what are your natural abilities your spirit came here to remember, Pal 3? Well, your spirit came here to remember its natural abilities, period. This pal gives me dancers, musicians, people who travel, who are meant to go on shamanic journeys. Like, yeah, I'm just really feeling you have a natural ability to be a healer, a shaman, naturally able to give and share. But in this lifetime, you may be learning how not to give so much that you come off as naive. In past lifetimes, you might have done so. I feel like this group here, you need to avoid alcohol. That alcohol can get you into trouble, even though it makes you feel like you're having a great time. But there is with Rito and rhythm, it means like swift movement in your life, and you happen to be able to take a hold of momentum, and you have this natural ability to see when something is about to shift either um shift out, like it's old now and outdated, and when something new is about to be like take precedence. And you're reviving that now. Some of you may be feeling called to go on shamanic journeys, That's a natural ability you have had in past lifetimes that now you may be feeling called to revisit. Yeah. And with all the re words I said, that's interesting to get for me to say revisit something. Um, yeah. So I'm also seeing with Manaz, you have natural gifts and talents and abilities and powerful potential to be an inspiration when it comes to love, planetary consciousness, like loving all humanity, loving all mankind, unconditional love for children, people with disabilities, the aging. There is something about how you are able to value everyone and see everybody's potential around you. So that's a natural ability. Your spirit came here to remember at this time. Um, Also, taking a risk. You are able to go into risky territory, like deal with people who others may not deal with. Um, People who are emotionally disconnected, maybe even sexually frustrated. you're the you're the one that opens them to love and is able to melt that frozen heart. So it's interesting you got snow here and everything, but there's like something about you, my spring butterfly, that you can help those who feel like they're stuck, they're suffering, they're facing some real high risky dangerous situations, and you can help them to open up to love and kind of relax into your love. You can open up people who are very cold and who up to others may seem dangerous, like stay away from that person, they're a heartbreaker, or this person's mean, or and you, for whatever reason, are able to become their muse in a way because they love your generosity. You know, they love the way you give your love freely, but you just have to make sure you protect yourself at the same time. Now, with Sowulo coming through, there's nothing negative that could come from the sun. This is just divine cosmic energy, your higher self, enlightenment, guidance, growth, and prosperity. It even speaks of you shining your inner light and power bright in the world. So I feel like in this lifetime you've been dimming, and that's because your spirit came here to learn and to remember how to shine like the sun, how to embrace their talents and let them shine and be open to the momentum by shining. That shining brings into your life. You know, I hope that made sense. I be trying to get the messages translated, how they're coming through, and sometimes I'm like, I hope I'm doing it well. So let me know in the comments. I need encouragement too sometimes. So, what's the foundation of your life's journey you selected before this incarnation? What is the foundation of this life's journey? We have the Six of Coins reversed, and it makes sense. With you being generous, the foundation is going to be you learning how to open to receive. I can already see it. Page of Swords reverse, as well as speaking up and allowing yourself to be seen. My pal threes, and the King of Cups. And he came out like, I can't remember if I had him right side up or whatever. So we're going to leave him upright. But it does let me know you're going to be dealing with emotions. So what's the foundation of this life's journey for you is being able to speak up when you feel like you're being taken advantage of. Being able to give and open to receive and not allow people who are emotional manipulators to get to you. Because King of Cups, when he is reversed, can be manipulative when it comes to your heart. Make you feel sorry for them when they really could give two shits about you. And being who you are, you could possibly stifle yourself, not say anything. So I do feel the foundation of this life's journey is for you to learn how to open and receive and not just always be a giver, giver, giver. And understand that it's okay to receive. It's not being greedy, it's having your energy reciprocated. It's called balance. And it's the true foundation of generosity. And the Page of Swords, reversed with this King of Cups, shows that there is a need for you to speak your truth, that you are here in this lifetime to start to learn how to express yourself clearly. Some of you are also meant to be social media influencers and will be watched a lot online, um, and will draw in a lot of people who are in emotional distress. Okay, that's just a side note for some of you. Oh no. All right. So, what karmic cycle will need completion in this lifetime, if any? We have the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups reversed, Seven of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Eight of Pentacles. Out of seven, eight. Okay. First, I was like, how is there two Eight of Pentacles? All right, because pile 2 had an Eight of Pentacles show up, but it was up there. A lot of these groups are like meshing. If you felt drawn to pile 2 in any way, you should check it out, pile 3. All right, so what karmic cycle will need completion in this lifetime? It's one where you second guess yourself, you doubt yourself. In previous lifetimes, you could have been rich, but you would have set beneath your value. You would say, okay, this is enough, and you would be reluctant to walk away from things that were draining you, that no longer served you. If this is repeating now, that's why you're meant to get rid of this, clear this karmic cycle. With Seven of Pentacles, it lets me know that you often work hard and plant seeds, but with this Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups here, you are either quick to walk away before it's fully grown, or you accept the little bit that grows and just run with that, when if you were just patient, you would have so much more. Balance. Your spirit came back here to complete this balance of harmony in their life. I feel like you may have come from addictions in other lifetimes, and in this one, you're here to find peace and harmony through your craft, through your work, through your gifts and talents, and not turning to these cups, these drinks, because you're really good at what you do. And you always have been. In all your lifetimes, you've been a master of your craft. But you always doubted yourself. You always sold yourself short. You didn't see your full worth, and you would stay in environments that didn't see it either. That, or if they did, they realized you didn't, and that they could sell you short. Wow. So let's see, why did your spirit choose to answer the call to come to Earth now? So you have Three of Roses with loving elementals. Are you a little fae folk child, are you, at heart? We have One of Keys with the Architect. Ooh, you have connections in past lifetimes in ancient Egypt. The Queen of Forces. It's like the Queen of Swords, just about. And Four of Scrolls, the Karmic Trench. So, why did the spirit of Pile 3 choose to answer the call to come to Earth now? Well, let's take a look-see in some of these books. But I can tell you right off jump, because there's something you're meant to create and build. You're meant to grow into your full power in this lifetime, but there may be still some things you are doing. Like with the karmic trench, it's almost make me feel like someone who's doing something, they feel like they have to, or they feel like, it's their destiny, they have to do it, when really they don't have to. I don't know. Wait, in fact, let me look at that one in the book, because it's giving me so many hits are like coming into my mind. So this card reveals a difficult pattern in your life, a pattern of self-defeating feelings, thoughts, and actions that you've brought forward from previous incarnations. So you came back in this lifetime to deal with them, apparently. Yeah, it says that. You returned to this life with the intention of breaking the karmic pattern, but you got pulled into the old thoughts and behaviors. You've been digging yourself deeper. I mean, you got pulled into old thoughts and behaviors. And that's what I felt here with like the Eight of Cups reverse, like not leaving behind something that you should been that's old. Um Making old choices over and over again digs you deeper into the karmic trench. So you came back here now to get yourself out of this trench, to make a commitment to change every day, to further yourself from repeating things from the past, from prior incarnations on top of that, meaning that you've had a history of repeating a lot of these things again and again. Now, you have fae folk, fairy energy around you in this lifetime, and it could be that you were drawn to them, calling your energy back. I also feel like in other lifetimes you may have been connected to fae energy, forest energy, being in the forest, in the woods, connecting to nature and the elements. Um, yeah, it speaks of them bringing in joy for you and encourages you to remember to have fun. So you came back in this lifetime because the ability to remember to have fun and to love yourself is also here, um, and possible for you in this incarnation. Now, with the One of Keys, I really feel like there's something you're meant to design or build, my pal threes. I don't know if it's like a new way of living, a new belief system. I do feel you have had past lifetimes in ancient Egypt, but side note is whatever the architect here is pointing at, it's showing you specifically what the plan is here, or change your plans. Or it could alert you to unseen events or people of influence that are not yet known to you. I do feel like this Queen of Forces is somebody you came back in this lifetime to meet. Somebody that you might have known in another lifetime that in this lifetime is very powerful. And you knew that she would be back, and you came back in order to learn from this person, in order to be inspired by them so that you too could harness this energy, because you look like a baby here with the elementals, but this person here looks like they're fully in their connected to the energy of the elements and harnessing it within them. So this has a lot to do with a project you want to bring into a manifestation, and in this lifetime you realize you could, that it's possible, and that you would be able to step into this position of power and be recognized for your talents and strengths in this lifetime. So all you have to do is step into your position of authority, take charge. I hope my son isn't distracting y'all. He's making a lot of noise in the background. I'm sorry about that. Um, but there's an opportunity in this lifetime that's going to utilize your skills perfectly. And it's like you knew this, your spirit knew this, and this is why you came back. You also knew that this person would help you transform into the Queen of Forces or King, um, and bring you into the energy of being able to take charge of your life and get yourself out of this karmic trench. Okay? So lastly, what part of your purpose are you aligning with now, pal threes? Well, purity, clearing, cleansing. I'm just getting like a spiritual cleansing is needed at this time. You might have been through some stuff. I do also feel like some of you need to flush out your bodies and purify what you're putting into them. And you have this card. And it says responsibility close to the heart. The direction is east and the color is yellow. Hummingbirds move with grace and focused direction. So should we all in matters of the heart. Your ability to respond has a sense of harmony. You have music, like the bamboo flute with the winds of heaven blowing through it. You carry sacred feathers and send messages to the Great Spirit with your flight. From this divine perspective, you can see love. When another invites you in, you enter with openness and compassion. You feel their truth, be it music or ideas. You take responsibility for responding in kind. Are you creating barriers or can you respond? True intimacy comes from an equal willingness to give and to receive. You cannot be pulled into something if you are not going there already. What did I talk about giving and receiving? I'm mad that really came up just now. So that's one part of your purpose you are aligning with at this time. I'm not explaining these cards. Spirit guided me to let you get the messages from them that you get. But I am letting you know that with purity, there is some aspect, sorry about that. There's some aspect of your purpose at this time that requires you to clear your energy, I feel. And I'm being drawn to read a little of purity because it says, first, no. No matter what has happened in the past, everything can be fresh and new again. The purity of your soul is shining through everything that you encounter. You are entering into a period of grace. Simply open your heart and know that the best is yet to be. The past does not need to equal the future. Your future can be and will be shimmering, sparkling, and bright. Old limiting patterns are dropping away. Recurring challenges are releasing. This is a time of redemption, forgiveness, and holy healing. And that's the part of your purpose you're aligning with right now is what you got from that. I'm going to leave it at that. Spirit keeps telling me not to input too much in this Akashic Records session because it's a general read, but I do encourage all of you to book a personal reading because that's what I got for you now, Pal 3. I hope it resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please remember to subscribe and join this tribe. And everybody read the description. It'll tell you about how you can vibe with me on other platforms, how you can join workshops, join me on my retreat, as well as how you can book your own personal Akashic Records reading. And on that note, I'm sending you so much light and love in your journey, Pal 3. Peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. I'll be back with Pal 4. Bye. Hey, Pal 4. Welcome to your session. You were drawn to Thriving, which will be read last, and this bumblebee. I'm going to admit I was actually drawn to this pile. I've been buying a lot of clothing with bumblebees on it because I just feel drawn to that energy. And I'm going to tell you why you're drawn to the bumblebee, at least from the messages I'm channeling right now, is that you might be kind of all over the place energetically. Maybe you are a very hard worker to the point where it's like, okay, slow down. Maybe you are putting your energy in a lot of different flowers and places, and it's time to call that energy back. I apologize. My son is up right now, so he might be loud during this session. I hope it's not a distraction because my mic died as well during this session. So I'm not using a mic, so it's probably going to pick up his sounds, my recording. Hopefully I could denoise this later and you guys are not distracted by the sounds of him thriving. But anyway, I actually was drawn to this pal just by the bumblebee before we even flipped the cards over. I didn't even know what the card said. But I can tell you that there are some hidden fears I feel from the bee that if it's not out there working, if it's not out there doing, if it's not out there buzzing around and it's going to struggle or it's going to die out or fail or something like that I'm getting. Just like heavy overachiever or over aggressive with trying to reach your goals type of energy I'm getting from the bee. So let's see, what are natural abilities your spirit came here to remember? Because this card is read last. And let me get the runes. What are natural abilities that Pal 4's spirit came here to remember? Okay, you have the rune. My glasses on. You have the rune Tiwas, the warrior. Shoot. You have the rune Hagalaz for disruption, which is happening right now by my son. Whatever PlayStation game he's playing, it's about to get turned off because that's ridiculous how he sounds. Um, you have the rune Algies for protection. Oh, this is my magician group here. And you have the rune. Is this the rune I think it is? Yes, it is. You have the rune Wonyo for joy and bliss. This is the wishing rune used to manifest wishes. Wow, this is a wish fulfillment rune. But let's see what the hell that has to do with the natural abilities your spirit came here to remember. And you have the archer, biding your time, planning ahead. So I do feel you have a natural gift of being able to see what's going to be the next big thing and planning, or just getting knowing when the time is ripe. I feel like in this lifetime you've forgotten that. You just be going, buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. But in other lifetimes you knew that the time will be ripe. You followed seasons, you followed moon phases, you followed the land, the earth, the elements to know when to make moves. And now you're being beckoned to do the same thing. Wow, Pal 4. Whew. A whole lot has just happened. Like, I had to go and tell my son to calm down, but in that process, one of the twins got up. She's on her cycle. Oh my God. It's just, whew. I don't know what y'all got going on, my Pal 4s, but I see why you might be feeling like this be. Like, you guys to make moves, you gotta do things, you're constantly feeling pulled, or your energy is tugged or by other people. Anyway, let's get back to your natural abilities. Your spirit came here to remember, and that is knowing how to plan, how to bide your time, how to use your energy effectively, and not just spread your energy all over the place and so thin that you're not focusing anywhere long enough to see your plans come into fruition. So with this rune here, it lets me know you have a warrior spirit. You are here to remember how to push through opposition. You might face a lot of competition in this lifetime, challenges with courage, being brave enough to step into arenas where it might be personalities that are over the top. It could be social, legal, or political issues that you're going to be facing, standing against. But you're here to remember that you're one who stands on business, who has the strength. I feel like in past lifetimes, you might have been in the military, you might have been in armies, you've been in wars before. I feel like the energy of war is something you're familiar with, and it doesn't really frighten you. In fact, you're someone who has lived your truth and never let opposition sway you. So in this lifetime, you want to remember this warrior energy. Tiwaz is the god Tyr, the god of war. So I think I'm saying his name right. Tyre, or Tyr, I think. But either way, that is a natural ability your spirit came here to remember, as well as with Hagalaz, which means hail, destruction. You have gone through some times, some rough past lifetimes for this pal, where you've dealt with delays in getting your dreams. You've gone through a lot of frustrating times where unforeseen difficulties would arise and cause pauses in your momentum forward. And you had to learn how to pull your energy back from certain things and bide your time and make plans. And I feel like this is one of your main gifts that you are meant to remember. With algaes coming through, magical protection, you have the ability to carry amulets, talisman, blessed beads. There's just something about you. You are already protected. Um, but you have the natural ability to what's the word, increase the strength of your covering, of your protection, so that you are able to weather any storm. In case y'all didn't notice, I had to pause again, pal, for like, you literally have the rune Hagalaz of disruption, and there's been constant disruptions while I'm trying to get through your reading. You may need to pull your energy back from people at times. I feel there's a lot of people tugging on your energy. And in this lifetime, you're going to have to learn how to make time for you and not to let people drain you, even if it's your own kids. Because, yeah, so I am hearing that you're very, very protected. And that's a gift you have, to be able to call in unseen powers to watch over you. And they already do, but I'm feeling like that's a gift you have, to create talisman as well, or create an energy where people feel protected and safe. Um, but I do also feel like you dealt with a lot of adversaries in past lifetimes. Now, with Wunyo coming through, bliss, joy, like joy flowing in, pleasure, and all those good things, happiness, wish fulfillment. I feel like you've had lifetimes where your wish fulfillment came in. However, I feel like there may have been little karmic stuff for this group when it comes to knowing that you're enough. I wasn't gonna say worthy. It's like, you know, you're worthy. This group, I'm getting, you don't realize that what you're doing, what you've done, what you come with is enough. You don't have to keep doing more and more and more. You know, it's like you're trying to prove yourself to yourself almost. And you have to realize that that's not necessary. That you have had lifetimes where you have accomplished things. I think in this lifetime you've accomplished stuff, coming through as the bee and being drawn to thriving. I feel like that's something that you have harnessed, but you need to know that you also have the natural ability to be able to create joy and happiness in your life, to manifest your wishes. Okay, so let's find out, what's the foundation of your life's journey that you selected before this incarnation. I always have to remind everybody, you selected these journeys, okay? So what's the foundation of your life's journey, of all these lifetimes culminated? We have the Six of Wands reversed, and it makes sense for you, my bee pal. Six of Wands is usually a card of success and achievement, and it's reversed here. Eight of Wands. And the Four of Coins. So my pal fours, the foundation of your life's journey that they're showing me is for you to finally reach a level of success that makes you feel safe and secure. With the Eight of Wands, I feel like opportunities come in. You get a lot of opportunities, or you have always. And I feel like you are now in alignment. This makes me feel like your destiny, like, or you coming back to earth, or with some kind of message or something you're meant to share that's going to make you a success. But there's an aspect of you with the Four of Coins here that either is afraid to invest in your gifts because you are like fearful of financial distress. Maybe you spent many lifetimes in poverty, and so that's been a fear that travels with you. Or you're holding on to your gifts because you spent many lifetimes where maybe you taught people, maybe you helped people, and they stole from what you offered. In this life, you're meant to offer your gifts. You're meant to share. You're meant to be a healer. I didn't mean even say that. I just meant you're meant to share your gifts. I don't know where healer came from. So some of y'all, that may be a calling, but and you can heal in so many ways. People always assume spiritual healer, but there's so many other ways you can heal people. Um, you're meant to be a success in this lifetime. You're meant to see that where you feel you failed were not failures, that it was actually new, opening the door for new opportunities. You have to also learn in this lifetime um, about money. I feel like there's something with planning and saving that you struggled with. Just holding on to money has been something that felt difficult to you. But I do feel that your purpose in this lifetime is to be ready for opportunities to come in for you to make enough money that you feel you're at the level of success that you deserve. I feel like you didn't always get recognition for the things you've done in past lifetimes either. And that could be the reason why you're a bumblebee in this one, trying every flower, trying to get recognized for your effort and the work that you put in. Um, but your best gift is being the archer, being prepared, pulling back, waiting for the time to be right, and then blah, letting go of the arrow and hitting your mark. When you scatter your energy, when you move forward without having strong plans or a strong foundation laid out, you end up making beneath your worth. And then you start to think, are you worth what you're receiving? And they're like, no, you're not. And you should not be in a position where you feel like you have to cling to your information or gatekeep it or cling to your money. You are here to get into a mindset that abundance is there's enough for everyone. Okay? So let's see what karmic cycle will need completion in this lifetime. And you have the Six of Swords, literally leaving something behind. We have the Tower, the foundation that was not stable coming down. With the Nine of Wands reversed, you working your ass up to the point of being all jacked up physically. Oh my God. Power 4. Five of Cups. And the Death card. All right, my power 4s. Either you are here like you're... Okay. You might have felt like you had a lot of ups and downs in this lifetime so far. It's because you are at the end of a karmic cycle, meaning some of you, this may be your last lifetime, at least on earth. You might not be coming back here. You might be staying with God, staying with the angels, becoming an angel that is active on earth, or shifting into a different galaxy, that dimension, whatever the universe sees fit. But to get to that point, there's a lot you have to clear. And with the Six of Swords, you are going to have to leave behind things that no longer serve you, and at times where it could be very risky, where you just have to trust that spirit is guiding you towards what's best or better for you at this time. And there may be moments where you're just going to have to pack up and move, or break off with someone, not be their friend or in a relationship, because you may have had karmic cycles where you dealt with people, you stayed in toxic relationships, you stayed in toxic environments until the foundations fell beneath your feet. And then you were always like, oh my God, I saw this coming, but I didn't jump ship ahead of time. With this Nine of Wands in reverse, this is the wounded warrior. This is the person that is busting their behind to do stuff. And with it in reverse, it's like giving up, starting to feel like, was your work, all this work you're putting in, is it worth it? And I think that's something that has happened to you through lifetimes, where you just be like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. Is it worth the end game, the end outcome? And then you put all your energy in and you're left disappointed. You put all your heart into something and got nothing out of it but grief. Well, that is transforming. That is the old ways with this king being trampled. It's like the old king is dead and long live you. Because whatever was ruling you before that had you feeling like you had to stay in toxic environments or with toxic relationships, or you had to work so hard till you're wounded and can barely do anything else, and still feeling like you got nothing for it, no love for it at all. I feel like this power here is really seeking recognition, like love. That's what you are looking for with the energy you put into what you do. And huge death is coming, a huge transformation. you are completing this cycle, and you're not meant to be here overworking. In fact, you're meant to be here thriving. You're supposed to be good, biding your time and planning ahead and living your wish fulfillment. But because you linger long in places that are not good for you, or in relationships or around people that are not good for you, it kind of slows you down every time when you have to get through the depression when they show you who they really are. Um, Also, you might turn to substances to cope, and or overworking to cope, and that is coming to an end. You're going through a huge transformation in this lifetime. You're probably gonna, or at this time, realizing that you're not who you used to be, at all. You've been through so much that has changed and carved you. All right. So, why did your spirit choose to answer the call to come to Earth now? We have One of Roses with commitment reversed. The Queen of Scrolls. Wow, she's literally the cover of the book of this card, deck of cards. We have the Eight of Roses with Sangha, community. And Adsum. Look at those ancestors around you. Whew. And it's Master number 22. Power 4. I had to pause again. I just had to go cook meals for people, change pampers. Man, if you have a lot on your plate in your life at this time, it is really time for you to either delegate some responsibilities, like try to seek help or respite from some of your responsibilities, or just prioritize and cut the ones that are not a priority off. In my case, I didn't have a choice. It's my kids that are pulling on my energy. I do have 4 children. One is an adult. 3 are special needs, nonverbal and autistic and ADHD. So yeah, it's a lot of work, and I don't speak about it a lot because I don't seek pity, which I'm sure you have a lot of things on your plate and you don't speak on it a lot because you don't really want people pitying you, but yeah, it's like time to either look for help or something for your mental sake. Yeah, that's what I'm just feeling. All right, someone needed to hear that, if not just me. So let's get back into it. Why did your spirit choose to answer the call to come to Earth now? Well, for one, it looks like a union that was supposed to come into being that never did is meant to come in now. There's somebody you were meant to unify with in this lifetime. And many of us, there's many people you have life contracts with, but there's someone that you made a specific commitment to and committed to you, that in every lifetime, that commitment seems to have been broken. And in this lifetime, you were meant to come in to make that union finally last. And it looks like now it's the time. I also feel like there's some kind of wisdom that that you've had for many incarnations. Like, this almost takes me back to the days when Jesus Christ walked the earth. Like, you were there. So even if you're not Christian, you may have studied the Bible, looked at the Bible. Ancient scrolls may call to you, like um, Thoth green tablets, green emerald tablets, the Book of the Dead, um, the Quran, Sanskrit scriptures, things like that are going to call to you. And I think you've always been knowledgeable of them, but never revered for your knowledge or what you've known. And now it's like the time is right where all of your gifts can come out without you being afraid. I'm also getting that that's possibly one of your commitments, was to come here and share this wisdom, and that every lifetime perhaps it was cut short. Um, and now it's safe for you to do so, to share your wisdom. So pretty much the Queen of Scrolls is a woman of higher mind whom either you're going to meet her, you know her already, or it's you. Her purpose is to help you move through the entryway to a new level of wisdom and understanding. So this could be you as a teacher for someone else, or someone coming in that's going to level you up, that made a commitment to do so as well. So for some of you, this commitment is between you and a teacher. So if you've met a great teacher or someone who's guided you in some way towards higher wisdom, or a higher mindset, that is this person that you came here to meet up with again. Okay, because you met them in another lifetime where either they helped you or you helped them. Their purpose is to really help you understand the level of wisdom you're moving into. And this may be who you committed to be for others as well, a teacher in some way, or friendship that is going to develop into something very deep. So this is someone that's going to be helpful with a project, or you're going to be, that requires communication. Someone who can write, who's a very good writer. If that's you, then this could be someone who's going to help you with getting published, or getting your words out there, getting heard. Or you're going to be that for someone else in their life. But this is all about working in communication, or academics like counseling, teaching, marketing, or publishing. This is why you came back, because you are meant to get your words out that were not heard in the past, weren't recognized in the past lifetimes, but can be heard and understood now. So you might be drawn to those positions that I mentioned, or that is your calling. Why you came back in this lifetime was to do something in those fields. This card also indicates a phase of deepening understanding and readiness to learn. You had you have gained so much wisdom and knowledge from prior lifetimes that now you're like at a level of understanding where it's like, I'm ready to learn more. I'm ready to complete these visits to Earth and get everything I'm supposed to get out of it, as well as give everything I'm supposed to give. I'm ready for the next level. I'm ready to ascend. Whether it's mind, body, or spirit centered, you're ready to expand. Um, so open the mysteries that are hidden in the Akashic scrolls and step through the door of knowledge. That's what you're being beckoned into, to get more closer, more in sync with your Akashic records. So you might feel a pull to actually get a personal Akashic record reading, so that you can understand more fully your purpose here right now. Um, with community, I know you're meant to work with people. Maybe your circle of people you work with are going to be like a family, or it's just your tribe. Your tribe is here at this time. Again, I'm interrupted. I'm sorry, y'all. So many interruptions at this time. Anyway, I'm back. So this card indicates that it's time to join or rejoin your group, your ashram, your tribe, or your sangha. Whatever you call it, it is a community that connects you with the others of like-minded purpose and activity. And that's why you came back, because you knew that this community that would be open to what you have to offer would be here at this time. And in the past, you weren't able to complete these relationships. So there may be friends coming your way at this time, new ones. Just be open to new connections at this time, because they're going to also help you find help with current directives. Like, it may help you to reawaken past life relationships, talents, and disciplines, and figure out what direction you're supposed to be going in now. Um, And I feel like this is happening for you now. It's a time of happy sharing and discoveries, meeting new people, new relationships. But overall, the question is, why did your spirit choose to answer the call to come to Earth now? It's because you knew your community would be here. You knew the people from past lifetimes that were doing the work that you're doing now, or have worked with you in past lifetimes, would be back now for you guys to come together. Also, those that you're meant to reach, to touch, to have relationships with, and learn lessons from would be here at this time. Now, with Atsum, this angel is here in her ear, whispering, Adsum, I arrive, I am here, I attend you. Adsum is a single word that has many, many meanings. First, it affirms your own strength and focus in the present. You can use it as a command word whenever you find yourself distracted from what's at hand. Say, Atsum, I am here, and feel yourself attend to the situation or person before you. This word also declares your arrival at your goals and all your wishes coming true. Say, Atsum, I arrive, and take a moment to see yourself reaching your goals absolutely. Whenever you get this card, know that you're on your way to the results you seek with the help of others and the glorious help of spirit. It's also a reminder that no matter what you're going through in your life, spirit is here. And I feel like spirit has always been with you. You've been highly guided and protected through all of your lifetimes, whether you feel like you're that important or not. Because I almost get that feeling from you that you're like, am I that important to what's happening on the planet? You are. And you see, she's holding a book, and someone's bringing more books. I feel like you're meant to publish a book that's going to reach like international, maybe be like written in different languages. Um, and I feel like you're being like guided and you're getting wisdom from the elements, from the ancestors, from the angels. And there's also someone who is going to be partnering with you or helping you get this out. Um, and you knew that this would be the time. And so did your guides. They knew that this would be the time. Um, because here you got community, and Atsum also is speaking of a community. It's speaking of the community of spirit guides that are always there for you to reach out to, sharing their light and power and serving you in every way, from the ancestor all the way to the divine. There's like an eternal community around you that attends to you. And take some time to attend to these ancestral energies also, you know. Um, you can act on your promise to God as spirit lifts you upon their shoulders. You are present for each other, and together you arrive at your dreams. So I also feel like not only relationships that you were meant to complete, you came back for, it's also the commitment you made to source. I feel like you may be like angelic energy. Um, and there's some kind of commitment you made to source energy to come and do this, to help and serve this community, a specific one. It could be a community of light workers. It could be LGBTQ community. It could be a community based on a political cause or environmental cause or race relations, civil rights. It's just some community you're meant to work with, to uplift, to raise the vibration for. And for some of you, it could just be the planet's vibration, everybody and everything on it and within it and around it. Whatever the case is, you chose to come back now because you knew your assistants would be here. Assistants that maybe in the past kept getting stopped and thwarted. Wow. So, last but not least, what part of your purpose are you aligning with now? And you have thriving. I feel like you struggle a lot. You probably would equate your life story to struggle, hustle. I hear like, the busy bee energy. But now you're meant to thrive. You're not supposed to be pushing right now, powerful. You're supposed to be just living your best life. And so let's see. Let me see. Because this is also part of your purpose you're aligning with now. And look at this energy. It just makes me feel like young, you know, being born again or just being covered and protected as you're like a newborn energy. It just made me think of when you were being reincarnated. Like you were sent back with all of this protection and guidance and promise for happiness and joy. So it says illumination, new hope. And I feel that's what you are for your ancestors, for the spirit realm, period, with all of these guides around you. Your direction is east and the color is yellow. And it says you enter this world with a birth cry, announcing your arrival. Then you spend the rest of this life with questions in search of answers. Where did I come from? Where am I going? Every sunrise illuminates where you have been, where you are, and the infinite possibilities before you. The earth is throbbing like a drum. A baby is born. Joy is born. Liquid melodies linger over the still waters of a pond, echoing the faint voices of women and the Great Mother in unison. Little one, you are blessed in beauty and light. May you be a newborn in many seasons of your life. Visit this deep blue pond often. It represents your emotions. What do you see? Can you name the emotion that pains you? Dive deeply into its phantom reflection and soothe your spirit. Your light is there, just on the other side of the shadow. Speak it. And I'm not meant, as I told all the pals, to tell you to tell you anything extra with this card. You are meant to figure out what part of your purpose you're aligning with by whatever messages come to you through that card. And then you have thriving. You are aligning with this energy at this time. You are meant to thrive. I feel like you have done enough work, and Spirit is saying you're entering a time in your life where you are meant to be thriving. And I'm going to read it for you. It says African Savannah. So some of you need to take a trip there, or you connected there in some way, connected to Africa in some way. But in the African savanna lives the tree of life, the baobab tree. This is a prehistoric species that predates humans, and I feel you've been connected to and may want to visit one and sometime hug one. I feel like it's going to boost you, like you're going to feel out of this world just by being around a baobab tree. It's over 200 million years old. It has adapted, survived, and thrived in a harsh environment where so many other species have gone extinct. And I think this is the message to you. This is the message to you. Yeah, that you have made it through so much. And no matter what, you're still here. You're still able to provide fruit and shelter and all the stuff for yourself. Well, food, not necessarily fruit, but you get it. So if you draw this card, you are a survivor. And not only do you survive, but you use situations that others might find challenging to thrive. You expand when others shrink. This may be the time to adapt to your circumstances rather than be overcome by them. You have a remarkable ability to step beyond any challenge. You are strong. Others may find shelter in your energy, and right now that's okay. Through giving to others, you are in turn nourished. This card may be urging you to step into the primordial, powerful, wild part of yourself. Doing this will increase your vitality and contribute to your overall well-being. And that is the part of your purpose you are aligning with now. And I do feel like you're also meant to help others shift their story of survival into one of thriving. I do apologize for the background noise from my son. I apologize for the constant pauses, but I do feel it's all a part of this message that it's time for you to thrive, to prioritize, and to get into full alignment with what you're meant to be doing here at this time, because wish fulfillment has always been yours, but something has always gotten in the way of it, and it feels like it has always been you either rushing head first into something or being sucked into circumstances out of your control. And in this lifetime, you're being protected from that because you have powerful work to do. You're meant to reach a community of people. You're meant to create a community, and you're meant to renew commitments that you made to source in prior lifetimes in this one. And that's what I got for you, my powerful ones. I really feel everybody needs to get a personal Akashic Records reading, because a general one is really like glazing the surface and not as personal, but it gets you pointed in the right direction. And if this resonated and did that for you, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. This is the home for the lightworkers. This is the community for them. So if you've been seeking your community, Power Forward, here we are. Read the description. It'll also tell you other ways you can link up with us in my private Facebook group, STEAM, Holistic Intuitive Arts. And join me on my retreat, Bonessa. We're actually going to Africa, so that may be a little sign for you there. All that information's in the description, and I'm sending you so much light and love in your journey. Peace, blessings, and all the wishes that you could ever dream of coming true because you're a part of this family of light. And on that note, again, I just said on that note, bye, y'all.